Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the Anchorage where everything is awesome and I want to get trapped. So, why don't we look at that? All right, here we go. We are going to do something. We're going to go back about 40 years, roughly, about that. Go back to the 80s. And we're going to be looking at something that was of the time. So, uh, we're going to go back and who remembers Trapper Keepers? Who remembers those? And yeah, so I happened to find out recently that they've made a comeback of sorts as far as being available, and so I have one right here. There you go. There it is. Now, if you remember these from back then, you can actually see that yeah, you've got something that looks like a three-ring binder, and it's got a little flap here that's held on with Velcro. Now, the early ones used to have a snap here, and it would snap into place. But that was back in '81. But ones after that, it was actually it changed over from snap to Velcro. And what you can also see inside is you can see this got your a sheet for paper, and then you would have three folders on that ring and such. And then in the back, you would have a piece of lined paper, on a little, it's bound, kind of like a notepad or something like that. And it would be under a pinching thing. And what you'll notice is that in those original Trapper Keepers, the uh, the the clipboard section had a piece of plastic to hold it down, and the three rings, the binder side of it, that was plastic, and it would use a little slide on it that would actually open it up. Now on the more recent ones, that on the re-release, we find that it's got metal, so like a three-ring binder, and there is no bit of paper on here. There's no paper pad on here. It is just blank, and it uses a tension clip from you know from a notepad, like a legal pad of sorts, versus that piece of plastic. So that's metal. So what it looks like what Mead did was they just took existing solutions for the rings and for the pad clip, and just use those. And they don't have three folders anymore. They've only got two. I think that would be that was done as a cost cutting measure, and also they wouldn't have to build new ring assemblies or binder clips or pad clips. They're just using ones that are already in it. So there's no extra cost for production. And as far as the outside goes, it's much like a three-ring binder. So it's the same as it was way back when. And it's got these metal things here. So what they did is that they didn't insert that hardware first and then place the outer shell covering. What they did was they created, they built it, they put the shell covering on and everything, and then they went back and and punched in the rivets for those items and stuff like that. So for this one, what I am going to be doing is, of course, I'm not into all the fancy art and everything like that. Like this here, you can see, it's 80s shapes and stuff like that. I'm not into that. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be painting this a green color channel for the sake of the channel. Channel color is green, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And of course, I'll take this piece off here, and That's pretty much it. And I also happen to have a Battlestar Galactica Colonial Phoenix decal that I'll slap right into the center here. So I'll be taking care of that. So why don't I go ahead and get that done and you can see it. So I got started with the painting, and the green came out really nice, and it was nice and even and everything like that. But what the paint does to the plastic was it caused it to get a little wavy and everything like that. And then I went and because I wanted to put a decal on it, I went over and I decided on the gold one, and so I went over it with black hammered on one section, and that was coming out really nice, and it looks really good. And then when I put the decal on, it pretty much acted like a piece of loose rubbery plastic. And when I adhered it, it adhered fine. And then when I peeled it off, it took off a whole bunch of the paint. So effectively, that front piece was ruined at that point. So all I had to do was go back and give it another paint job. And that came out because there was already paint there. And then on the top of other paint and everything like that, it came out rather ugly. So why don't we take a look at that? And here we are, and there it is. You can kind of see all the waviness of it, stuff like that. And I covered over the paint that was torn up, and there's a piece of decal still in there. But I've got it in the sun so that it can bake, dry, and cure, and I'm going to leave that out for the day. So I have a solution. So what I'm going to be doing is I've got some cardboard here. I've got this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a cut corner rectangle that I'll place on the front there to cover up the mess, or the decal and stuff like that. So why don't we go ahead and we'll get that cut out. Okay, so that's done, and here we are right here. So what I have to do is I'm going to go over this with that green. However, we've got storms for the next few days, so I have to stop here, and when we come back, it'll be days later, like well into the following week, because we are supposed to be having thunderstorms for the next few days. If I get a break in there, then I'll go ahead and take care of it, but You know, this is more or less because of the moisture and the humidity. So we'll see how that goes. Well, we had a break in the rain, so I went ahead and I gave it a little bit of a spray paint, so you can see the green right there. And that can there, that is some spray adhesive. So when I get the opportunity after this is dried, I am going to adhere it, and we will move on to my reveal. And there we have it. There it is, all in this place. So that is all finished. So that is my Trapper Keeper. Okay, so there we go. I've taken a 1980s Trapper Keeper that was recently re-released in the past, I don't know, a couple years maybe? I don't know. But I got one. I've got it right here. What am I going to use this for? I have no idea. But what I would like to do is, I mean, this thing has, I mean, it's got a black folder in it, but it also has a blue folder, and I don't like the blue. If anything, I'll go to the store and I'll buy a green one, so that it matches. And from there, you know, I'm going to create some lined paper with the Battlestar Galactica Colonial Phoenix on it as kind of like a watermark. I'll put that in here underneath the clip, and you know, and as far as like what its purpose is going to be, I really don't know. I don't have any ideas right now. I don't really have a need, but I'll have it for when the time comes, whatever time that is, and who knows for what. And what I'll do in the time being is I'll just keep it down here in the desk, right down there, and I've got a file drawer, and I'll just slide it in there and just keep it there, and we'll go from there. So that it was kind of fun to do. Get back in a little bit of crafting of sorts, you know, playing with, you know, spray paint and adhesive and my hobby knife, and yeah, that was kind of fun. So who knows what else I'm gonna have coming up? I have no idea. We're gonna see, and we'll just go on from there. So make sure you subscribe and donate some crypto. All the information is down below, and when you donate your crypto, that crypto is coming straight to me. I cut out the whole exchange services and stuff like that, so when you send it, it comes directly to me, right onto Odin down here, into wallets that are plugged in on the back. So there you go. So thank you very much, and we will talk to you in the future. So thank you very much, and Skál.